Hi, it's Olivia, and today I'll be telling you about my month in reading of November and also movie going because I actually saw a lot of films this month. This month I read 1 physical book, 5 ebooks, and then I listened to 1 audiobook. And then I also went to the movie theater and I saw 5 movies this month, so let's get started. The first book that I read, technically I read this on Halloween Day, but it was at the very end of October. But I read It Ends With Us, and I read this basically like in one sitting. I was trying to read it at work. I was reading it while I was folding clothes at work. This book was amazing. I don't want to tell you what it's about, and honestly, whatever you read on the back gives you nothing of what the story is really about. It's just a very cheesy synopsis. It's not until you realize the problem that it hits you like, oh dang, what's wrong with the story? I don't know, it really hits you when you are in the same line of thought as the main character and and once you start to fall into the character's problem, you realize how serious the problem is. I know it's hard to explain without telling you, but just go straight into it. I really enjoyed this one. Alright, and those ebooks that I was talking about, I found the danger, and that is my phone. I had the first book in the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout sitting on my phone for about 1 or 2 years now because for some reason it was free at one point and I just downloaded it. And in my math class, my terrible math class, I was super bored and I just started reading it, and it is one of those series that you can't really even move on with anything else. You can't really start another book until you finish it. And so I was trapped in the series hole, and I finished the 5 books on my phone in a matter of like 3 or 4 days. I was reading them so quickly. They're addicting. They're really addicting. They're honestly pretty cliche in some of the stuff that goes on, but I really like how from book like 1 to 3 it was more paranormal almost. Yeah, kind of. But then by the last books it turned into like sci-fi. It was lots of fun. The Lux series is very entertaining. Right, and then the audiobook I listened to was a book I've heard a lot about. It's called Between the World and Me by it's hard to pronounce his name, Ta-Nehisi Coates. I'm butchering his name, but he's writing. It's in the format of like letters to his son. He's writing to his son, and it deals with the racial issues going on in America, police brutality, all that type of stuff. And actually, I said I finished it. I still have about half an hour left on the audiobook, but I'm really enjoying it. I really like the way he's wording it. I think he's doing the subject justice. I know it's hard to talk about right now because it is 2016. Alright, so those are the books that I read. It's the second to last day of November, but I am reading. I feel like I'll finish this tomorrow, maybe if school is going alright. This is The Architects of the Gifted. The Scarlet Reaper by Cameron Cross. He has a channel, Wolf Shop Publishing. Me and my friend Shelby are buddy reading this, and I'm really enjoying this. And I also decided to pick up Contact by Carl Sagan, and I really like this one too. I left it at work for a long time, and so I need to get back to it. So those were the books, and I don't talk about movies enough on this channel. That is a goal for next year, but I will start now. So the movies that I saw were Arrival, Trolls, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Doctor Strange, and Moana. Let me just start with Arrival. Arrival was not what I expected, or at least the storyline that it went through, but upon thinking about it a lot more afterwards, it's definitely one of those movies that leaves you thinking a little more than the average movie. I really like the way they went with it. I like the message. There were some issues that I had with it, but I really like where they went with the story. And I'm a big fan of Amy Adams, so I really enjoyed that movie. Next, I saw Trolls. Now, I remember at VidCon earlier this year, there was some sort of advertising going on with Glozell, because there's some YouTubers who are in the movie, and I just kept thinking, like, oh yeah, their YouTubers are cool, but I didn't care about the Trolls movie because I don't know, it just didn't seem like anything I would care about. But then recently the advertising just got progressively cuter, and it was winning me over, and I was like, okay, I gotta see this. And oh my gosh, it is so cute and heartwarming. I love it. It's so colorful and vibrant, And also, the music is so great. The music is fantastic. They have a lot of older music too that they've redone, but what I liked is that the music that they're covering does not sound like Kids Bop. You know, Kids Bop is kind of cringeworthy, but these songs, like the whole movie, everyone was just kind of jamming out to it. I have the soundtrack on my phone. Then I saw Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. First, I have to say, I saw this at a really fancy movie theater with my friend, and we saw it in 3D, and the more I think about it, I think that kind of hindered my experience a little bit, because I think my glasses, the 3D glasses, were really dark. Like, I noticed when I took them off, the screen, even though it wasn't in 3D, it was like the weird, like, overlaying picture, it was so much brighter. And I feel like part of the movie, some of the best parts of it were the special effects and the lighting and just how it looked, and I feel like it would have looked so much better to me without those glasses if I saw it in 2D. But nonetheless, I really love all the characters that we were introduced to. As everyone has mentioned, when the movie started out and they were starting to play the Harry Potter theme in the beginning, yes. And even though the lighting was weird for me, the special effects were still awesome. The beasts look cool. I'm looking forward to the next one. Although I got like the Harry Potter feels, it wasn't like I was brought all the way back to like the other movies. It was just kind of like, oh, it's like a nod to the other movies. For me, it wasn't like 10 out of 10. I thought it was really good, but it wasn't like incredible to me. It was still really good though. Oh, it's so hard to like admit that, but it was so much fun to watch. I also saw Doctor Strange this month, and let me put a disclaimer out there. I don't know the superhero. I don't know comic stuff. I really don't. I don't know the stuff. I see some of the movies and that's about it. But I definitely did not know anything about Doctor Strange at all. And I actually didn't really see any movie trailers for it. The acting was great. I mean, come on, it's Benedict Cumberbatch. And then the special effects were also really good. The action scenes were great. I'm trying to think of some stuff I didn't like. There wasn't much I didn't like. I just thought that was a super cool movie. I feel like when it comes to dimensional stuff and dealing with time, it's really easy to confuse an audience. Like my mom, she gets really confused whenever there's something dealing with time travel or multiple dimensions, but I feel like they handled it pretty well. And then the last movie that I saw this month was Moana, and I think this is going to be the winner of all the 5 that I saw. It's either going to be this one or Fantastic Beasts as my favorite of the 5, but Moana just had such a Disney princess feel. Like, I keep comparing things now to Zootopia because that animated movie is incredible. I will continue to tell you, like, it is so well written. That movie is amazing. And so I was kind of comparing it. I was like, is this going to be better than Zootopia? And I don't think that the story was as good as Zootopia because the story was very Disney. It had a lot of elements of other Disney princess stories in it. You know, it had a lot of the traditional Disney stuff, like the main girl or princess kind of wants to break away from where her life is going. But the graphics, the animation in this movie are so pretty. The water, there's always water scenes everywhere, and they're so pretty. And there's a scene where we get to see Moana as a baby. Oh, and the music, I was hoping that we wouldn't get any like cheesy, you know, I was hoping that this music would be top-notch because Disney movies have some top-notch music, and this soundtrack did not disappoint. The soundtrack is amazing. It's, oh, I'm still listening to it. Whoever plays the singing voice for Moana does an excellent job. And lastly, the short film that they played before Moana was so creative and so cool, and it was a short little skit, but it was so heartwarming and fun to watch. Everything about that. Alright, so that was my wrap up for this month. In December, I will finally get to be out of school. This dreadful semester will end, and I will hopefully have much more time to do more videos, do more reading, do more art. I'm so excited. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!